Jennifer Pan was the epitome of the perfect daughter. Born to Vietnamese immigrants in Toronto, Canada, Jennifer was raised under the watchful eyes of her parents, Bich Ha and Hue Han Pan. From an early age, she was groomed to excel in everything she did. Her parents had high expectations, hoping she would achieve the dreams they had for her. Dreams of academic success, a prestigious career, and a life of stability. Jennifer's life was a meticulously crafted image of excellence. She was an honor roll student, a talented pianist, and a dedicated figure skater. Her parents proudly showcased her achievements, believing they were a testament to their hard work and sacrifice. But behind this facade of perfection lay a different reality. Jennifer's every move was monitored. Her social interactions were limited, and her time was strictly scheduled. She was expected to come straight home after school, complete her homework, and practice piano or skating. Friends and leisure activities were a luxury she rarely experienced. Her parents' love was conditional, based on her ability to meet their high standards. The pressure was immense, and Jennifer felt the weight of her parents' expectations in every aspect of her life. She longed for freedom, for the chance to make her own choices and live life on her own terms. But in the Pan household, there was no room for rebellion. As Jennifer grew older, the cracks in this perfect image began to show. She struggled to maintain the facade her parents demanded, and the pressure took a toll on her mental health. But to the outside world, she remained the perfect daughter, hiding her true feelings behind a mask of compliance and success. And so, the stage was set for a story that would shock everyone who knew her. The tale of Jennifer Pan is not just about a crime. It's about the lengths one might go to in order to break free from the chains of expectation and control. Jennifer Pan's seemingly perfect life was nothing more than an elaborate web of lies. As the expectations from her parents grew, so did Jennifer's desperation to meet them, at any cost. When she failed to get into the university her parents dreamed of, she forged acceptance letters and fabricated academic records. For years, Jennifer pretended to attend classes, go to exams, and even claimed to volunteer at hospitals, all the while hiding the truth from her unsuspecting parents. But the lies didn't stop there. Jennifer led a double life, secretly dating a boy her parents would never approve of. She would sneak out late at night, spinning intricate stories to justify her absences. Her failures became buried under layers of deceit, each lie more complex than the last. To her parents, she was still the perfect daughter, achieving great things and making them proud. But in reality, Jennifer was drowning in her own fabrications, struggling to keep the facade intact. The tension between her parents' perception and the reality of her life grew unbearable. Every day was a balancing act, and the fear of being discovered loomed over her like a dark cloud. Jennifer's mental health deteriorated as the pressure mounted, and she found herself trapped in a life she could no longer control. Desperation can drive people to extreme measures. Jennifer's story is a haunting reminder of how far someone might go to escape the chains of expectation and control. As we unravel the layers of her deceit, the true depth of her desperation becomes painfully clear. The strain of perfection. The pressure to be perfect can break even the strongest individuals. For Jennifer Pan, the relentless expectations from her parents were like a vice, squeezing tighter with every passing day. The facade she maintained was not just a series of lies. It was a desperate attempt to live up to the unattainable standards set by her parents. Jennifer's mental state began to unravel under the constant scrutiny and high expectations. The weight of being the perfect daughter was crushing. Her parents' control over her life was absolute, leaving no room for mistakes, no space for personal growth, and certainly no tolerance for failure. Every aspect of Jennifer's life was meticulously planned and monitored, from her academic achievements to her social interactions. But the more Jennifer tried to meet these expectations, the more she felt herself slipping. Her secret relationship with her boyfriend, Daniel Wong, became her only escape. Daniel represented freedom and acceptance, everything that was missing in her life at home. Their bond grew stronger as Jennifer's desperation deepened. She confided in him about her struggles, and he became her confidant and partner in her hidden life. Jennifer's relationship with Daniel was a stark contrast to the life she led under her parents' roof. It was in this relationship that she found a semblance of control and autonomy. But this double life came at a steep cost. The strain of maintaining her fabrications and the fear of being discovered took a heavy toll on her mental health. Anxiety, depression, and a sense of hopelessness began to consume her. Jennifer's story is a poignant reminder of the destructive power of unrealistic expectations and overbearing control. As she grappled with the dual pressures of her parents' demands and her own need for freedom, her actions grew increasingly desperate. The perfect daughter was on the brink of collapse, and the consequences of her strained mental state would soon culminate in a shocking and tragic turn of events. The pressure had reached a boiling point. Jennifer Pan, feeling trapped and suffocated by her parents' relentless demands, made a chilling decision, one that would shock everyone who knew her. She decided to hire hitmen to kill her own parents. Desperation fueled her actions. Jennifer believed that removing her parents would be the only way to gain her freedom. She turned to her boyfriend, Daniel Wong, and together, they began to plan the unthinkable. The couple enlisted the help of Daniel's friend, Lenford Crawford, who introduced them to two men willing to carry out the heinous act for a price. The planning stages were meticulous. Jennifer provided detailed information about her parents' schedules, the layout of the house, and even how to disable the alarm system. She communicated with the hitmen through burner phones, ensuring that there would be no direct link back to her. Jennifer's betrayal ran deep. She staged the crime to look like a home invasion gone wrong, hoping to divert suspicion away from herself. On the night of the attack, she left the front door unlocked, allowing the hitmen easy access to the house. The plan seemed foolproof, but in the chaos that ensued, Jennifer's mother was fatally shot, while her father, though gravely injured, managed to survive. In a twist of fate, her father's testimony would become the key to unraveling the entire plot. Jennifer's actions were a stark contrast to the image of the perfect daughter she had so carefully cultivated. The betrayal was complete, and the repercussions would be devastating. The night of the attack was one that would forever haunt the Pan family. It was a seemingly ordinary evening in the quiet suburban home. Jennifer had meticulously prepared for this moment, ensuring every detail was in place. She left the front door unlocked, a silent invitation for the hitmen to enter. As the hitmen made their way into the house, they moved with deadly precision. Jennifer's parents, Han and Bitch Pan, were relaxing in the living room, unaware of the impending danger. Suddenly, the tranquility was shattered by the sound of gunfire. Beach Pan screamed as she was shot, the bullet fatally wounding her. Han Pan, despite being gravely injured, fought with an unimaginable will to survive. In the midst of the chaos, Jennifer made the 911 call that would forever be etched in the annals of true crime history. Her voice, a chilling blend of fear and deceit, conveyed the illusion of a terrified daughter caught in a home invasion. Jennifer Pan. "Help! Help! There's been a break-in! They shot my parents! Please, hurry!" 911. Operator. "Stay calm, ma'am. We have officers on the way. Can you tell me what's happening right now?" Jennifer Pan. They're still in the house. I don't know what to do. Please, send help now." As the police arrived, the hitmen fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Bitch Pan was pronounced dead at the scene, while Han Pan, clinging to life, was rushed to the hospital. In a twist of fate, it was Han's survival and subsequent testimony that would unravel Jennifer's elaborate plot. Han Pan. It was Jennifer. She planned this. The perfect daughter's mask had finally slipped, revealing the darkness beneath. Jennifer Pan's betrayal was complete, and the truth was more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. The night of the attack marked the beginning of the end for Jennifer, leading to her ultimate downfall. The aftermath of the attack left the Pan family in shambles, but the police were just getting started. As they delved into the case, cracks began to appear in Jennifer's seemingly flawless story. Jennifer's initial account painted her as a helpless victim, but seasoned detectives sensed something was off. They began to scrutinize her version of events, looking for inconsistencies and signs of deceit. Detective 1. Jennifer, can you walk us through what happened that night, step by step? Jennifer, Pan. I was upstairs, and then I heard the shots. I didn't see anything. The detectives noticed her demeanor. Calm, almost rehearsed. They pressed her with more questions, employing classic interrogation tactics to unsettle her. Detective 2. Jennifer, why was the front door unlocked? Wasn't it unusual for your family? Under the intense scrutiny, Jennifer's story began to crumble. She stumbled over details, contradicted herself, and displayed an unsettling lack of genuine emotion. Detective 1. You said you heard the shots, but then you mentioned you were on the phone with 911 when you heard them. Which is it? The pressure mounted, and Jennifer's facade started to fracture. The turning point came when investigators revealed they had evidence of her communications with the hitmen. Detective 2. We have your phone records, Jennifer. We know you were in contact with the men who entered your home that night. Confronted with undeniable proof, Jennifer's resolve weakened. In a moment of desperation, she confessed, detailing the harrowing plot she had orchestrated. Jennifer Pan. I didn't want to do it, but I felt trapped. My parents, their expectations. I just wanted it to end. With her confession, the pieces of the puzzle fell into place. Investigators pieced together the twisted narrative, revealing the chilling truth behind the attack. Detective 1. Jennifer Pan, you are under arrest for the attempted murder of your father and the murder of your mother. The investigation had exposed Jennifer's dark secret, transforming her from the perfect daughter into a notorious criminal. The unraveling of her lies marked the beginning of justice for the Pan family. The courtroom was packed, the air thick with anticipation. Jennifer Pan, once the perfect daughter, now stood trial for the heinous crimes against her own family. Sound of gavel banging judge. The court is now in session. The prosecution wasted no time presenting the mountain of evidence against Jennifer. Phone records, text messages, and the chilling confession played a pivotal role in the case. Prosecutor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the evidence will show that Jennifer Pan meticulously planned and executed a plot to murder her parents. As the trial unfolded, the courtroom heard heart-wrenching testimonies from those closest to the Pan family, including her surviving father, who faced his daughter in court. Father, I trusted her. She was my daughter. How could she do this to us? The defense attempted to paint Jennifer as a victim of her parents' high expectations, but the overwhelming evidence left little room for doubt. The prosecution focused on her calculated actions and the cold, premeditated nature of the crime. Prosecutor. This was not an act of desperation. It was a deliberate, well-thought-out plan to rid herself of her parents. The jury deliberated for hours, the tension palpable. Finally, the verdict was read. Judge. Jennifer Pan, you are found guilty of first-degree murder and attempted murder. The courtroom erupted in a mix of relief and sorrow. Jennifer's father's face was a mask of grief and betrayal, yet there was a glimmer of resolution in his eyes. Father, justice has been served, but it will never bring back my wife or erase the pain. Jennifer Pan was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of how far someone might go to escape the pressures of perfection. As the courtroom drama concluded, one question lingered in the minds of many. Why did Jennifer Pan do it? To understand the depth of her actions, we must delve into the psychological landscape that shaped her. Expert psychologist. Jennifer Pan's case is a complex tapestry of manipulation, control, and the relentless pressure of perfection. From a young age, Jennifer was subjected to her parents' towering expectations. This environment can cultivate a profound sense of inadequacy and fear of failure. Jennifer's parents, immigrants who had worked tirelessly to provide a better life for their children, held her to extraordinarily high standards. This pressure cooker environment left little room for error, fostering a life built on deceit. Family dynamics. Expert. In families where perfection is demanded, children often resort to extreme measures to cope. Jennifer's double life, pretending to be the perfect daughter while living a lie, was her way of navigating this impossible standard. The psychological strain eventually led Jennifer down a dark path, culminating in her desperate and calculated plan. Her actions were driven by a toxic blend of fear, resentment, and a misguided sense of liberation. Sociologist. Jennifer Pan's story is a stark reminder of the broader societal issues at play. The relentless pursuit of perfection can push individuals to the brink, leading to devastating consequences. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unrealistic expectations and the importance of mental health. Jennifer Pan's betrayal was not just a personal failure, but a tragic reflection of societal pressures that many face. Her story serves as a chilling example of how far someone might go to escape the suffocating grip of perfection. As the dust settled on the Jennifer Pan case, the true impact of her actions began to ripple through society. This wasn't just another crime story. It was a wake-up call that resonated deeply within the true crime community and beyond. True crime analyst. The Jennifer Pan case has left an indelible mark on the true crime genre. It's a story that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about family dynamics and the extreme pressures young people can face. Jennifer Pan's story sparked widespread public discussions about the toxic effects of unrealistic parental expectations and the devastating consequences of living a double life. It highlighted the urgent need for open dialogue between parents and children, fostering an environment where mistakes can be met with understanding rather than punishment. Family therapist. This case underscores the importance of mental health and communication within families. Jennifer's actions were extreme, but they serve as a stark reminder of what can happen when a young person feels trapped and sees no other way out. In the aftermath, experts and advocates have called for a reevaluation of societal norms that glorify perfection and success at any cost. Jennifer Pan's betrayal serves as a grim lesson on the importance of mental health awareness and the dangers of unchecked parental pressure. Sociologist. The legacy of the Jennifer Pan case is a cautionary tale for both parents and society. It urges us to reconsider how we define success and the ways we support our youth. This story is a sobering reminder of the human cost of relentless ambition and the fragility of the human psyche. As we reflect on this harrowing tale, it's clear that Jennifer Pan's actions were not just a personal tragedy, but a societal one. Her story will continue to be studied, discussed, and remembered as a powerful example of the dark side of perfection. As we piece together the fragments of Jennifer Pan's life, one thing becomes painfully clear. The facade of perfection can sometimes hide the darkest of secrets. Jennifer's story is a haunting reminder of the lengths to which someone might go when pushed to their breaking point. The deception, the planning, the chilling execution of her deadly plot. Each element of this case leaves us grappling with the unsettling reality of human nature. How could a seemingly perfect daughter orchestrate such a monstrous act against her own family? True crime analyst. Jennifer Pan's case is a complex tapestry of lies, betrayal, and desperation. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that even the closest relationships can be marred by secrets and deception. The significance of this case extends beyond the crime itself. It challenges us to reflect on societal pressures, the weight of expectations, and the silent struggles many endure behind closed doors. It pushes us to ask difficult questions about the true cost of living a lie. Sociologist. Jennifer's actions were extreme, Yet they highlight a broader issue. We must rethink how we define success and the immense pressure we place on young individuals to meet those standards. As we conclude this harrowing tale, we are left with a sobering thought. In a world obsessed with perfection, how many more lives are teetering on the edge of a similar abyss? The Jennifer Pan betrayal is not just a story of crime. It is a cautionary tale that urges us to seek authenticity, compassion, and understanding in our relationships. Because sometimes, the most dangerous lies are the ones we tell ourselves.